Now, Seren. Don't be silly. Listen to the Eggman. Last time, you had some more cow issues.
Oh, yeah.
Before anything else happened.
What is this, Nat Geo?
It's my favorite new show.
Seren and Surrie went to check out cow pile.
And avoided some emotional issues on the way.
Yeah.
And the cow pile needed to be destroyed a second time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got back to town and devised a cunning plan to sneak out because our new friend, the were sparrow, delivered us a little note.
The Wero.
Yes. And we did that so cunningly that we were not caught, except we were caught.
Well, except you absolutely were.
On the way back, maybe, kind of.
Yeah.
Which might have been my fault.
Sorry, folks.
Might have been my fault.
The mayor met with us in secret by the river and was like, I don't trust that guy. You gotta go into the
Gloomweald.
Gloomweald.
The
Gloomweald, however it's
Gloomweald.
pronounced.
You gotta go into them spooky woods and figure out what's going on because of Felicity and her helping us got her burned alive.
We burned a Fey girl who was trying to help the town because they were like a witch and other such shenanigans. We had an altercation with the father and his goons.
Yes.
Yeah, but
He was like, y'all have a real safe trip now. And we were like, okay. Except I was antagonizing him because it was fun. And he was like, I saw Surrie with the devil.
girl, what were you doing with the devil?
Well,
Not in so many words, but yes.
half.
That's exactly what happened.
No, yeah, we looped around to the western road, going away to the Gloomweald, and then a big bunch of cows showed up, and I did my trick again, even though Ian knew that I would not be allowed to do the same trick twice. But Alcyone was like, well, it worked once, it's gonna work twice. And so I did it, and they glomped up, and then they glomped even higher, and then they became a meat elemental.
They sure did.
Yeah, they did.
And it was huge.
Elemental.
Seren almost died.
Horrifying.
Yeah. Thanks to some crafty healing by Kashek, some swift pummeling by Seren, some snippety snipes, and a little bit of telekinesis, we put that squanch of squatches into the squoosh.
Oh yeah, you X-winged that motherfucker.
Did a little bit lift it out of the swamp.
Unless I misremember, the last thing that happened was you approached the entrance, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
That's
of the
exactly what
Gloomweald.
happened.
And then we all linked arms and said, follow the yellow brick road.
So you stand before it, and I described it briefly last time, but just as a reminder. It's an odd sight. It looks more like the set dressing of a play than a naturally occurring formation. The trees form a perfect circle with pretty much equidistant space between every single one of them. Mm-hmm. And peering between the trees, you see nothing but inky blackness, where you would expect to be able to see, even in the darkness, under the light of the moon, a few feet back, immediately past the bark of the first sort of row of trees is nothing but darkness. However, there is one, what can only be described as archway, with two trees sort of bowing to each other and crisscrossing, forming an opening where what looks like a well-trodden path begins, leading into the forest. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take a couple of steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like dismount the horse and then just like walk forward.
Yeah, that's actually, as you draw closer and closer, the horses at some point seem to get a little spooked, seemingly not wanting to draw any closer to the sort of parade of trees here. Weird horse seems unaffected.
Of course.
But out of courtesy to the other two, I'll probably leave Weird Horse behind as well.
You can protect them.
As I draw closer
Really can.
As I draw closer to the forest, I'm gonna like unhood and mask.
Mm-hmm.
May we enter?
You get no response.
We mean no harm.
Nothing but the cold, empty sounds of the night.
If I had to guess, I'd say with an entrance like this, I don't think getting in there is going to be the problem.
No, nor do I. But it's always courtesy to ask.
No disagreements there.
What should we do with I guess I just go pet my horse a little bit.
Is there any place nearby we can maybe hobble them, or like?
Is it really fair? What if something comes up and tries to eat them?
We don't know how long we'll be in there.
Oh, that's true.
There's nothing else around this. The plains just sort of stretch on for miles in any direction. The only other notable feature is a small stream. The one, in fact, that you followed all the way here now come to just a trickle, which seems to just come teetering out of the wood itself.
Could lead them to the stream and then just see if they decide to stay there for who knows how long. Can't blame them if they decide to go somewhere else. They are horses after all.
Yeah. If they went back to town, that might get the father off our backs for a while. They might assume that something had happened to us.
And they'd also be returning from the west, which would be the opposite direction.
True.
They saw us leaving. But horses empty of the people they wanted to run out of town does seem like a boon in their favor.
I haven't any strong opinions.
We can't make them go in, or rather I don't want to, and they're fully to their own devices. I understand we could make them go in.
Why not just leave them here?
That's what we're saying.
I think that's.
There's just nowhere to sort of, as we usually would,
Hitch them.
hitch them.
Can I make an animal handling check to try and communicate to the horses that they should stay here?
Sure. Yeah. Just regular, knowing what you know about animals, or using your druidly actions to try to communicate with them?
No, nothing that serious. Just an animal handling check.
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
24.
Yeah, they definitely seem skittish, but once they get the idea that they are not being asked to go any closer to the Weald, they seem to relax a bit, and you get the sense that they will just relax here by the light of the moon, as relaxed as they can be, while you see about your business.
Is it night already?
Nope. What time is it?
Well, I know we finished that kerfuffle around like noon.
Yeah, it
Yes.
should not even.
No,
be
it's
5
not.
o'clock.
I'm sorry. Yes. Sorry, I have to check.
That's okay.
They're good.
I forgot how far
It was ambiance.
I have to remind myself what season my campaign is every time we
Yeah.
start. I'm like, when is it?
It's just because it's spooky woods, it makes me think nighttime. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we'll say it was a couple of more hours after you fought the meat elemental, so we'll say it's 3-4 o'clock now.
So you say spoopy. I've kind of been imagining this as like alien, fae, otherworldly so far. Does it
Like,
look
yeah.
more deliberately, or not deliberately?
Less
but,
haunted,
like,
more mystical.
sure. Okay, so that's what I thought.
Strange.
I didn't know if it was like
Strange.
Kashak wouldn't know, but if it was like, oh, this looks like Barovia again.
No.
Yeah.
How's
No.
little man reacting to all this?
Oh, he's little.
He is actually seems somehow drawn. He can't seem to take his eyes off of the sort of facade of trees. He keeps searching them as if he can see through the darkness where others may not.
Noted.
That's not disconcerting anyway.
Like how cats can see ghosts.
Oh my
And babies.
Mhm, and babies.
Cats
Cats
can
can
see
see
babies.
Shall we enter?
I suppose so.
Nothing else for it.
I shall go first since I have been inside before. I assume.
I don't know.
This is no. Kashak's actually saying that.
Okay.
He assumes this is going to take him to the equivalent of the Feywild, but he doesn't know that.
Okay. Great.
What do you mean you assume?
I have been before to what my people call the Great Mirage.
Oh.
I assume this is something similar, or will take us to it. It is not fully understood even by the wisest of your kind. But nonetheless, I shall guide us the best I can.
Does that have to do this mirage with the Fey folk?
We do not call them such, but it may.
My mother has some knowledge of those things. I don't so much myself.
Thank you, Kashak.
For what?
Guiding us.
Oh. Yes.
You do it well.
He's going to pull up his hood. He's going to make sure that he's holding his staff, and he'll enter.
Okay. All of you following?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you enter into as you make your way inside, the darkness kind of closes in around you. Even those of you with dark vision, your vision seems to blur in an unfamiliar way to you. You can't see. And as you go deeper and deeper into the wood, it gets darker and darker until all at once you can no longer see an inch in front of you, not even your companions to either side. Do you press forward?
Is it kind of... Does it, like, remind me of going through the mist on the way
No.
to Barovia?
Mm-mm.
It's different?
Mm-hmm. And it's much less foul. The air, you notice as you make your way inside, feels cleaner than you've ever felt before.
If I try to create the lights that I can usually make, what happens?
They go up, but they do not shed light in their usual way. You can see it just before you, but it's almost like the darkness is pressing in around it. Until all at once, in the distance, you see a small, flickering, warm light.
I will head for that.
You do so.
Usually skeptical of those, but not many options present themselves.
All of you heading towards the light, I assume.
Did I hear Alcyone say that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, we'll go towards it.
You emerge in a forest clearing.
Yes!
Trees extend, again like you saw, just sort of single file around the edges of it. In the center, a lonely campfire, burning and crackling merrily, and next to it, what seems to be some sort of fence post. And and attached to it, scrawled in messy writing, a note.
Welcome, brave adventurers, to my lovely garden. Let your woes melt away and your guarded hearts this is in verse, you might as well.
Alright then. Welcome, brave adventurers, to my lovely garden. Let your woes melt away and your guarded hearts unharden. What has brought you here? No matter, I'll aid you with your quest. But first, indulge me, and let me wax about the plants that I like best. Berries are such funny things, a little bubble of flavor. But be wary of which you eat, not all are ripe to savor. The angry ones will turn your stomach, I'd rather mine be full. So that should tell you, when I find a bush, which berry I always pull. Trees, the mighty trees, sentinels of the wood. We'd have no forest if not for them, but are all of equal good. Oak is favored by the gods, and fine needles make a formidable cap. But for me, the best old tree is the one with sweet sugary sap. I always admired the resilient cactus, who thrives where others may not. So many different kinds. It begs the question, which one would I pot? Some big, some small, some flat like sails to catch the wind when it's blowing. But my favorite cactus is the one that reminds me of my sewing. Of all the many plants abound, I think flowers I like best. And so unless you've gone astray, flowers are your final test. Flowers have their own language, you know, truly a work of art. And my favorite flower speaks fluently, a language we all know by heart.
As you finish reading, the campfire grows a little bit brighter, and you see, to both sides and right before you, 3 more archways.
A riddle of some kind then, I think?
Definitely of some kind. Berries, trees, cactus, and flowers. If anyone else wants to look at it more closely.
There's a trick. If we roll backwards throughout the archways, we can speed around.
Oh. Is there any distinction between these next 3 archways?
The angry ones will turn your stomach, so that should tell you when
As
I'm
you-
under butch.
You approach them? to
Yeah, I'm
expect
just
them.
looking at them, yeah.
As you approach them and the darkness gives way just a little bit more, you do notice, for this first set of 3 archways, each is wreathed, so to speak, with different types of berries. And so, for the benefit of our listeners at home, and this is from your perspective,
Yeah.
so the leftmost path has these big, plump, purplish, pinkish berries.
Yeah.
The central path has small, round, red berries. And the right path has small, round blackberries.
Huh.
How do we tell which ones are angry?
Well, red is usually pretty angry.
Would you find these berries in everyday Arcadia?
Give me a nature check.
7.
You've never seen anything like them before.
So this is not, there should be no meta knowledge use here.
Thank you.
May I make a more thorough inspection of the pinkish purple ones?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any smell kind of coming off of them?
They smell sweet.
And if I don't want to pick one, but if I just kind of touch it, what does the texture feel like?
You can feel it as your fingers touch on both sides. It's plump and ripe and almost ready to burst.
I'll do the same thing to the red little ones.
The red ones feel, as you touch them, they feel really hard to the touch. And the small little black ones, it sort of squishes right in your finger.
Sorry. Oops.
Do apologize to a berry.
You can't be too sure.
No, I suppose here that'd be the place to do it.
If I smell, if there's like berry juice on me, what does it smell like from the little black one?
Smells pretty sour.
These ones are sour. The other ones seemed like they might be fairly sweet. I mean, my gut says the little red ones are the angry ones, but...
Mine does as well.
That only eliminates one then.
It does. Rather mine be full.
Yeah.
You couldn't eat a whole stomach full of sour, I would think. Shut up.
Really sweaty.
It would get you so sweaty.
Oh, does no one else get the sour sweats?
I mean, we should be narrowing it down to one, right?
My vote is for the far left ones.
Which one are we looking for?
The angry ones will turn our stomach, and I'd
Okay.
rather mine be full, so that should tell you when I find a bush which berry I am is full.
We don't know what we're looking for.
I hope we can take this note.
I remember it.
Fair enough.
I memorize lines very easily.
It's true.
Could even do a whole of Miranda's speech from the play.
I suppose it would be the sweet ones, but
That's my thinking.
I don't prefer things that are sugary, but... Nice, thank you.
I'm not
That's
the
not what it's-
horticulturalists.
It doesn't say that.
No.
You-
Sweet.
If I take out some of the stuff from my herbalism kit,
Mm-hmm.
can I tell if either or any of these are not safe to eat?
Yeah, give me a... Sure, yeah, you can try your... Yeah, so that's just like using a kit. So a wisdom save plus your proficiency? Or a wisdom check plus proficiency if you're using a kit, right?
Yeah.
14?
Yeah, the central red ones appear that they would, if not deadly poisonous, certainly would make your stomach upset.
I wouldn't necessarily go for the red ones in the middle if you were hungry.
We're trying to find this person's favorite of each of these things. And their favorite tree is the one with the sweet sugary sap.
True.
And I don't think you can eat a stomach full of sour things.
And the pink ones it is, I suppose.
That's what it leaves for me.
I think so.
Can I cast Speak with Plants?
Yes.
So it's a 30-foot radius, so are they close enough for me to just cast it on all of them?
Sure.
Which of you will poison us?
All you hear is what seems to be 100 voices all at once laughing.
I figured.
Did you get any information?
Not exactly.
I think we're meant to do this. It was a valiant effort, but I think we are meant to do this on our own.
He did that by himself.
I understand. You know,
I get your meaning.
I vote left. Anyone else?
No, I think you're right.
so right or left?
Left.
The left path?
I will begin walking
Yes.
that way.
Okay. You all head down the leftmost path, and again, that sensation of darkness pressing in around you to such a point that you sort of lose track which direction you're going. But after just a moment of that infinite black, it again pulls back, and you find yourselves at another crossroads with again a path to the left, the right, and straight before you. This time, the archways are all wreathed, as it were, with different kinds of leaves.
Oh, that's good. I think.
The left path, broad, wide, deeply green leaves interspersed with acorns. The middle path seems autumn has come early for, and the rightmost path, fine needles.
This is a Pokemon gym. Yeah. What?
The sugar trees have those broad leaves on them, don't they?
Yes, the acorns are the oak ones, the ones favored by the gods, and well, you can see the spiny ones.
I've been up close and personal with the spiny ones before, yes.
Well, there you go. I think it's the middle one for this then.
Yes.
Other thoughts?
Oh, that one was easy.
Well, if we get it right, it is.
Middle path,
You're right.
Give it a shot.
you do so. Again, that same sensation, darkness closing in around you, but you do again emerge upon another crossroads. A path to the left, right, and center. This time, different types of cacti appear around each archway. The leftmost, tall, strong ones. The middle path, sort of rounded and covered in sharp needles. And the rightmost path, tiny little round boys.
It's like a dangerous dandelion. It says they like the ones that remind them of their sewing.
They all have needles.
But those
Well-
needles are very small. A sewing needle, you're going to need to have at least a proper size one, I would think.
But it looks a bit like a pincushion.
Oh, suppose you're right there.
This one's harder.
It is. I don't think it's the tall one.
No.
I like your idea of the pincushion. Because the smaller ones do have long sewing needle shaped needles, but
Yes.
I think that might have been a narrow way of thinking about it.
Not to say that that isn't the way of thinking about it, and I mean, I don't know.
Other thoughts?
I'm not really much of a tailor.
I like your idea of the right one then, Surrie.
All right.
The right path,
Let's give it a shot.
I haven't gone right yet.
No.
and once again, darkness, which then again ebbs away to come to one more intersection. This time, the left path, wreathed in roses, the center path, sunflowers, the right, fierce and beautiful orchids.
I feel like I've got an idea for this one.
What does it say about the flowers?
My favourite flower speaks fluently a language we all know by heart.
My heart.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Let's all say we think it is on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Rose and
Rose.
kids.
Check, it didn't say anything.
Oh, I did.
Oh.
I mean,
So
I know
quiet.
the two of you are right.
I don't know that we're right. We won't know until we get through there.
Well, no, but typically, you know,
It sounds right.
it does.
What's wrong?
A little attached orchids, that's all.
Oh.
If you think it's roses, then pick that one.
Well, if we get thrown back here, we'll try orchids next time.
If we only get thrown back here.
Mm-hmm.
That would be generous of them.
So, which path?
To the roses, I suppose.
Left, I think.
Roses, you supposes?
We does supposes.
Okay.
Do we suppose is erroneously?
You make your way into the darkness.
Roses.
And at first, the process is much like you experienced before. That darkness comes in, but this time there's something different. You hear a sound. continue forward. This time, what you emerge upon is not a crossroads, but one long hallway. Again, with those dark trees standing sentinel all along the way. And maybe 30 feet away from you, a tiny, small child, hands over their face, weeping into their hands and legs. What would you like to do?
We should go check on them at least. I'll move forward.
You step forward.
Mm-hmm.
You do so, and the weeping only grows louder and louder as you approach. And as you draw closer and closer, the small child seems to notice you, pokes their heads up, and you see their eyes are huge, taking up, maybe almost a third of their face. And they are inky black and dotted with stars, like staring into the night sky. And as the strange child looks up at you as you approach Alcyone, it says, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, we were looking for someone.
"Well, you found someone. Who are you looking for?"
Felicity.
The child's head kind of swivels around to pinpoint their inky black eyes at you. And for a moment they look kind of stunned. And then after just a breath, they again dissolve into a puddle of tears, putting their face back into their hand.
Does that name mean anything to you?
She's my sister. And ever since she left, there's no one to read me stories anymore.
I'm gonna dig around in my bag, and I have that book of fairy tales that Maggie gave me. I still have it.
Wow, yeah.
You sure do.
I'm gonna just kind of casual hand it over to Alcyone.
Oh. We have some stories we could read for you. They may not be as good as your sister's, but we can certainly try.
You mean you would read me a story?
Sure.
Really?
I tell stories for fun, you know.
You're a storyteller? And her mood sort of instantly changes. She'll, the tears sort of just seem to dry up instantly. In fact, almost like, sort of raindrops evaporating as the dew in the morning evaporating as the sun comes out. You're a storyteller?
She's a wonderful storyteller.
Well, people say so.
Well, this is excellent, most excellent news then. Do you do the funny voices?
Oh, I do pride myself on a few good funny voices.
Well, this is truly a lucky day then. Would you mind terribly? And she seems to reach around behind herself, and in one smooth motion comes back and brings out a book that is almost the size of that she is curled up on the ground. It has a lavish but blank yellow and purple cover, and she sort of holds it up, and as she holds it up at you, it's like almost the size of her. It kind of blocks her from view as she holds it up, sort of offering it to you.
I'll sort of hand the fairy tale book back to Seren.
Take it back. Put it back in my bag.
Do you have one in particular you like?
Oh, I like them all. Just open it up and pick one.
All right.
Trap.
I know.
That's Robin's face.
Trap.
I know.
She looks thrilled.
I'm gonna open the book.
You open the book?
I open the book.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
The big bad wolf.
I've joined my friends a little closer.
You wanna come close to this big old book? This trapulous
I
book?
don't.
For when the Hermaeus Mora tentacles could shoot out.
Oh, that'd be great. I want to spend a long time in a power.
Yeah, alright. So you all gather around Alcyone as she cracks open this volume. And Alcyone, as you
The biggest of cold ones.
as you open it up, you find the first page to be completely blank.
Sure.
Flip it over again, nothing. Leaf through a couple of pages, and again, each page in the book seems to be unblemished vellum. I think you'll be the best stories yet. And all of a sudden, all of you feel this sensation as if a fish hook has gotten you behind your nose, and you are yanked forward, face first, sucked through like you're being sucked through a portal, and all of you shoot towards the pages of the book, and at once you are surrounded by magnificent colors. You seem to lose track and sense of your body as your spirits themselves seem transported through a tunnel of mysticism and color. And just as the sensation becomes overwhelming, as if you may lose yourself at any moment, you again snap back, feeling your physical body come back around you, and you're free falling through the air. Just for a mo, before you all land in soft grass, and blinking your eyes. You have to shield them. And we were just inside this very dark forest, but all at once there's a bright, pleasant day around you. So bright, in fact, it's as if someone took the what am I looking for?
Slider?
Yeah, the slider, and like revved up the color saturation. As you look around, you are amazed. And you can actually hear this music.
Oh no!
There is forest around you still, but lights seem to dance between the boughs and trunks of the trees. There are huge mushrooms and ferns everywhere. Somewhere in the distance you can hear a babbling brook, and what was once an almost silent forest, you now are almost overcome with the sounds of crickets, chirping frogs, and singing birds. You find yourself in a tiny little glen, landing in some soft grasses, but you do see an almost perfect cobbled path leading off. To what direction? Who can possibly be sure? But you are somewhere, and that's for sure.
I'm just gonna get up and brush myself off.
Was
What if that means we got it right or wrong?
there something wrong with the book that I offered?
She insisted upon that one.
That's true.
You find yourselves in what can only be described as an enchanted forest. The bright sun sort of breaking its way through the covering of leaves, speckling your faces. A perfectly cobbled path leading off in some direction. It's hard to tell where exactly north is, but what would you like to do?
It's not what I thought was gonna happen, if I'm being honest. Sorry.
No.
You said the stars are out?
No, it's a bright sunny day.
Oh.
I pull my hood up,
That's fair.
blink a little bit.
Do you? Does she?
No. At least you don't feel the
Yeah.
You can. You don't
There it
need
is.
to.
Well, I mean, yeah, but out of habit.
But even if you needed to, you wouldn't need to.
Right.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Anyway. And there's a strange music coming from somewhere.
Is
Who
it
knows?
like,
I don't trust
is the music like omnipresent, or does it have a source that we could
No,
follow?
it's just kind of all around you.
Okay. You all hear that, right?
The music?
No. I'm kidding, yes I do. Wouldn't that be funny? Being mad on top of everything else?
Well,
Would it?
it's nothing saying we aren't.
Trying to look for some levity.
Guess we follow the path.
That seems like what a story would want to have happen. Here's my
Oh.
thinking here. Maybe if we act out whatever this story is, we finish it, we complete to its end, maybe we'll be done with it.
So we should be entertaining.
I don't see why not.
So maybe we just
Alright.
put on a good story. I don't know.
Okay.
That feels like if it applies, if this is fairy tale logic, and I don't have no reason to believe it is, but it doesn't sound horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember reading a story where, 4 people traveled down a path.
I thought the path wasn't this color though.
Do I hear
It's been a
anything
long time,
that
I
isn't
don't
music?
remember.
You hear a lot of things. I mean, there's lots of ambient noise, like rustling forest noises and birds
Russell,
and crickets
shut
and
up.
toads. there's a lot going on.
Start walking down the path.
Yeah, I follow.
Wait, Russell Plover. Anyway, because it's a bird. I'm done.
Oh.
You make your way down the path, following the cobblestone. Yes, following the
Oh,
cobblestone.
the cobblestone path.
And after a few minutes, the cobblestones lead you into and start climbing vertically to form a wall, maybe 10 feet high. And sitting atop this wall, facing away from you, presumably, is a strange, round figure.
Oh no.
Pure white as the driven snow. And as you approach closer and closer, this figure turns around, and he seems to be an egg. With eyes, a nose, and a mouth, wearing lederhosen. And as he turns to see you all coming along the path, oh my goodness, monsters! No, whoa, oh
shit.
No. Clacking down onto the cobblestone road in front of you and shattering into many pieces.
You
He
shattered
comes
this guy
to
for
rest. Das verdammt smart! Oh,
Are you?
monsters! If you don't intend to eat me, could you perhaps help me just a bit?
We've killed a child.
I don't think we've killed him, and I think that's worse.
He rather fell of his own accord. If I
I suppose
Well,
we could help you.
It's only right?
As apologies for spooking you. We're not monsters, also, but
Well, this is welcome news.
sure.
Well,
Let's help this fellow, I suppose. This
I start
egg-looking chap.
putting his little pieces back together.
Yeah, go to town.
too little.
Robin's the puzzle person.
I am.
Look, I've played Pokemon Gold and Silver a whole lot, so I know
But
how
I don't.
to
Okay, so
rotate puzzle
yeah.
pieces.
Well, no, he's got to be round. That won't go there.
Well, yeah, make a smaller egg and then leave his face out of it. No, yeah,
No,
good.
no. This is the. Okay, where are we putting the top?
Yeah, you're
Above
right.
his eyes.
How are we orienting this small man?
For those of you listening at home, I've put before them a broken up Eggman puzzle.
A very simple puzzle.
For children.
Behold,
Okay, great.
OC puzzle, do not
So
steal.
this is the top.
mouth,
Other mouth.
mouth.
Mouth. Yes. Mouth. Maybe. Wait.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's fucking coming together, baby.
Where's his lederhosen?
You wanted this man to drop lederhosen. He busted out the craft scissors and the Sharpie for you.
I
You
know,
can't just
Joe.
appreciate the
I'm
nice things he does for us.
I'm just
This
kidding.
isn't quite.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did Surrie have gilded puzzles when she was growing up? And fucking
Yeah.
back in my monastery, we entertained ourselves by doing chores and singing and
Oh, you didn't have people to do the chores for you?
Was that entertainment?
no.
Or they just wanted you to clean stuff and called it training?
Yeah.
Did you hit a lot of hoops with sticks?
Walked to school both ways with the backpack full of bricks.
Yeah, we know.
Oh,
Grandma.
you went to school?
Did you go down to the shops to play jacks and get salty pop?
No one knows what you're talking about, Kashek.
So,
Wait.
yeah, right?
My
Oh wait,
goodness.
what if he said? What if he said?
Oh, he might be sad.
It might be sad.
No, I don't think he is.
No, he might be sad.
Oh
No.
shit! Oh fuck!
No,
He's sad.
We can't tell right now if
Sad.
this
Wait, you
is
gotta
a
move
frown
that
or a
more.
smile.
No, that's right. That's
Can I
right.
cast mending?
Not on,
On the
not
actual
on people.
pieces?
He's more than.
Is he a people?
However,
Yes, he's a people.
he's bigger than what the spell says.
Oh, thank you. My mouse feels much better.
Does it? It looks like it doesn't.
You're very kind.
You look very sad.
There, maybe?
Well,
No, yeah, but
No, shit.
more like wait. No, yes.
Not quite.
Wait.
Oh wait, that.
What?
We can do
This isn't
We have
That's not-
technology.
right. This is wrong. This goes over here.
That's wrong. Maybe this.
Yeah, there we go.
For anyone who might be interested, Robin once did a 1,000-piece
Shit.
puzzle in under 24 hours. It was the most
That's not true.
It's not true.
It was the most frightening thing I've ever seen.
Under 24 hours total,
Yes.
but not
Oh.
like.
It was the most frightening thing I've ever
In
seen.
one day.
Oh yeah, duh. Of course.
It's the Ritalin.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, I'm starting to feel so much better.
Riddling me this. There we go.
any originally?
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, you
So as you...
I'm
A
sorry, I
treasure
assumed-
chest should appear somewhere.
I'm sorry, I assumed he'd be happy. We're all just in a situation right now.
Well done, guys.
I'm so happy.
Thanks for not giving us any hints. That was I can understand
You
your
got it.
pain in that.
No. It wasn't meant to be hard. It was just meant to be a thing.
Yeah, but I could feel you laughing.
I'm having
at
so
us.
much fun right now.
I'm
You're
so
doing
happy.
great. You're doing great. So,
This is the best.
it takes maybe a little while, but as you manage to sort of
None of us are artificers. I don't know why we problem solvers.
as you manage to sort of fit the pieces back together of this ugly chap, you put him back together, and he manages to sort of right himself. He still has cracks running through him all over, but he does manage to like pick himself back up. Maybe one hand resting on his where you assume his temple might be. Oh my goodness. I feel scrambled. There.
Does this happen often?
Oh, more than you would think.
I'm very sorry.
There. You get used to it. It's a living.
That was a great
You
roll.
get paid for this.
That's not what he said.
He said.
No, I mean, in order to go on living, I must be put back together.
Oh,
That
don't
does make
flip
sense.
yes.
Oh, but pardon me, kind strangers. Thank you for putting me back together. I do so appreciate it. But unless I miss my guess, I don't think you are from around here.
We rather fell through a book, so no.
I think we may just be passing through. Hopefully.
Well, you fell through a book, I fell off a wall. Perhaps we could be friends.
That's exactly what I look for in a friend. Someone who's also done my most recent activity.
Well,
Yes.
Can you imagine walking
Robin's
into a
laughing
gym?
at-
Hey!
well, I have good news and bad news for you. Which would you like first?
Bad.
news.
Let's see if we can tell.
Jack has been captured by the witch! That's the bad news.
Who?
Jack.
I thought
Jack.
it was Jake.
Jack.
You know, Jack. Of the tales.
We must find Jack.
There's so
Just
many
because I
with
know
Jack
Jack.
in them.
Jack.
Jack.
No, Kishak.
Oh.
Captured by a witch?
Yes, oh, so sad. The good news is, there is a way for you to leave the forest. But you will need Jack's magic beads.
What do his beans have to do with leaving a forest?
May I back us up for a second?
Remember the last time you guys found magic beans?
Yes, that's why I got so excited.
I'm excited for there to be a mummy lord somewhere.
May I back us up for a moment to just reiterate that Seren spent the first 180 years of her life in a monastery sweeping things. So you three are like, oh yeah, I get this reference. And she's like, what the fuck is happening
Well,
right
that
now?
brings me to my question. Are these fairy tales that I at least would know?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Mhm.
great.
Alright, so you're looking over at me and I'm like galaxy brained onto this man like I've never seen anything like it
This
before.
was, meanwhile, this was my entire childhood.
Does this egg know Doric?
They don't sound dissimilar. Is this a dwarf?
Yeah, now I'm thinking about Dwarric.
I try
Is
not
this
to
egg a dwarf?
If we were to push Doric off of something high,
I think he would be much angrier.
No,
this
you know,
chap.
he has Dwarric fell off of things so many times.
He fell into water that one time.
And then he fell down all those stairs.
Yeah, Dad said he fell down.
stairs.
Dad said he fell down the middle of a staircase.
Yeah.
That is what happened.
And then one time he fell off of that platform when Strahd showed up.
Did
The
you
way.
put this Dvorak back together when he fell?
Actually, Dwarric was usually the one putting us back together.
I put him back together in other ways.
Didn't
Oh,
you
But
say he
this
had
is
a,
not what you mean.
Didn't you say he had a death wish at certain points?
He just almost died a lot.
Oh.
Yes, that makes sense.
Like, more than the rest of us. Well, except for... Never mind. We don't need to
She's
get into
staring
it.
at you all politely.
I'm sorry, friend. I don't believe we caught your name.
Oh, me? I am Zeki Eki.
That is very charming. Where can we find this witch?
Well, the witch, she resides on the far side of the wood. You will have to cross it if you hope to find her cabin.
Her cabin. Does it?
And that is probably where she has taken Jack. Oh, poor Jack. I hope he can't be saved. I hope he is not already stew.
Warwick. Does this cabin happen to move?
Not that I've seen.
Big chicken feet, maybe.
What kind of story do you think this is?
One with a witch in it.
Since when do cabins walk around on chicken legs? Do not be silly.
Sorry, didn't the witch house?
Now, Seren. Don't be silly. Listen to the Eggman.
You should ask him if he.
You should ask him where that hedgehog is.
No, that's the other guy. That guy's
He's a
back in.
memory card.
That guy's back in Arcadia.
Pingus.
I believe the storybook world is tearing us apart in the head.
We're trying to tear it apart.
Anyway, when Alcyone says that, Surrie does giggle a little.
Alright.
Are you all right? You all look like you have fallen off a wall.
We fell a long way through that book.
Thank you for the information, Mr. Eggy.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
I think we should probably make our way through the wood to find Jack in this cabin.
What direction should we make our way?
Oh, well, just follow the cobblestones. They should get you there.
Oh. They led us right to you, so perhaps they'll lead us to more fortune.
I am certainly hopeful. Oh, please, save Jack if you can. I know he gets into trouble from time to time, but he's a good boy at heart. Yes.
Surrie knows the story of Jack and the Witch, because I don't.
Not specifically, no.
No.
You've heard of Zeggy Eggy,
Mm-hmm.
who sat on a wall
Had
a great fall.
Yeah.
and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take a feather, like a loose one, off the fringe from my cloak?
Mhm.
I just kind of hand it to him. May it bring you luck.
This is a kingly gift. Oh, there are many birds in the forest, but they never share anything with me. They're always just trying to put me in their nests. I have no idea why.
Nor do I.
They must just like you.
Oh, you're too kind. I hope you won't mind if I don't come with you to the witch's cabin. I am a little still put to pieces and don't know that I would be able to help you escape.
No, do take your rest, Mr. Eggy. That's you've had quite a day already.
That, of course. Oh, but there's one more thing before you go that I must tell you. To escape, like I mentioned, you will need Jack's beans. They're magic, you know. Anyway, Jack knew that the witch wanted his beans and to eat him. And so, before she captured him, he gave his beans to those he trusted more than any else. The blue bean he gave to me. And as thanks for putting me back together, I would like you to have it. And he sort of rustles in his lederhosen a bit and pulls out a tiny little blue kidney bean.
Thank you, Mr. Eggy.
You are very welcome. Unless I am much mistaken. The other beans, one he gave to the kindly old poor man by the bridge. Another he gave to Little Red Riding Hood. And the last he kept for himself. So, if you find Jack, you will find the last bean.
You've been endlessly helpful, Mr. Eggy. Thank you for all your kindness.
Oh, well, it is only due to repay a kindness with a kindness.
Well, I think we should probably be on our way then.
We should.
Do be careful. So, not that I am worried. I believe you capable of taking care of yourselves. You seem the hard-boiled type.
Yes. We are, Dad. Shall we?
Let's go. Did Kashak actually reach out as we were walking for one of the feathers in my fringe?
Probably.
Yeah, just find another loose one and kind of tug it. And then you can have one as well. Oh, he does that like bird thing. Yeah.
As we're like a bit of a distance away. I despise puns.
bet you're going to have a good time in here.
I don't think I am.
Why?
Yeah.
They are the weakest form of literature, of a jest, of a joke. They just require no effort, and no one actually likes them. They just make people feel as though they're better than the person who made that, so they can afford to laugh at them.
Or is it that everyone likes them and is embarrassed to say so?
I can hear that well.
He's an egg.
Where are his ears?
He's an egg, Alcyone.
I didn't
Did
know
you
it
not
was-
read the stories growing up?
No! I only heard about these stories over
Wait.
the course of my travels. I don't know these.
What?
What?
You knew
Said
him.
he- well, I read a story about him, yeah.
It's
What
a
could he-
child's
you
fairy
didn't-
tale. I didn't grow up with it, though.
What could he possibly have done to have warranted What? Is he an adventurer?
I don't know, he just sits on the wall. There's not... It's
Actually,
really just that.
As you continue to make your way further down the cobblestone path, after you're a little ways away, you hear the thundering hooves with what sounds like many horses.
Yeah.
And then coming up over the
No.
hill, you
Yeah.
again hear, "Oh no, thank you, fellas, I'm all set."
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Zeggy
Oh.
sat on a wall.
Yeah. I hope all of their horses
That's
sound like weird
funny.
ones.
That's funny.
Zeggy sat on a wall, had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Zeggy back together again. Or did they?
Isn't it the Duke?
And also, we put it back
Well,
together.
in the story.
Wait, so
yeah,
you...
but that's the whole point, is that we're acting out the stories, right? That's what you said.
Wait.
Oh,
So
I
you know
guess.
what we're meant to do?
Well, I knew that one. I don't know of a story of Jack and a witch. There are a lot of stories about Jack.
Well, wait, hold on. And then I take out my book of fairy tales.
Yeah, you do have that.
And I will start, as we're walking, kind of like flipping through it, looking for any that mention a jack.
There's a lot that mention Jack. There is one about beans,
Alright, this one has beans.
Right, yes, I know that one.
and the magic beanstalk that takes him to another world.
Mm-hmm.
And then myriad else. None specifically about a witch, though.
Maybe this witch is from a different story.
Do I know the one about the two children and the witch?
Yeah, Hans and Vermit.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Vermint? Sorry, I just verminted up my lunch.
Oh, who's making puns now?
Ian. Ian doesn't mind puns. Maybe.
Usually when there's a witch, she's trying to eat children.
Well, yes, I see the one about Hans and Vermit?
Yeah,
Hans
that's
and
enough.
I see the one here.
Yeah, that's dwarvish.
I see the one about Hans and Vermit, but Jack's not in that one.
No.
Do you think we'll meet the girl with straw for hair?
Do I know that one?
You do, because it is the one that Seren read to Maggie all that time ago in the tower.
I only know it because of that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Who gave you this book?
A friend?
What did the friend sound like?
What's his exact name and location?
What kind of voice did this friend have?
You know very well.
What if? How did this person say their name? God, would you help us?
I would actually really love to
The
try.
memory drifts back to you.
I would
from-
actually really love to try, but I'm laughing too hard.
The memory drifts back to you from a time and place long ago and far away. In the comfortable confines of Van Richten's tower, you again see the memory of Maggie the homunculus as she greets you making your way up the stairs, and she says, Mato.
She has a really lovely voice, actually.
Well,
But she gave me this.
a lovely parting gift.
Yes. Anyway, she really likes the one about the girl with straw for hair.
It could be.
For this witch, then, let's keep following the road, I suppose.
As I've been.
Sure, we're continuing to follow the road. We followed the road to get to the wall, and then the road went up the wall.
Yep.
Did we go back?
Nope, on the other side, the wall keeps going.
Oh, okay.
Just a little section of wall, 10
walk
feet
around
high
the
by
wall.
10 feet wide.
Oh, I didn't know the width was 10
You
feet.
just
That
scoot around the outside, the wall keeps on going.
I walked up the wall and went back.
Seren walked up the wall. Oh, do be careful, it's a terrible fall.
I'm a little bit more hardy with falls than many people.
Yeah, Dance for that.
I will go do it.
So you carry on.
Yep.
Down the cobblestone. Eventually, the forest breaks apart, and as you continue along, flanking you on both sides are the stumps of what must have been once trees that have been chopped down. This pathway continues for quite some time. It looks like a huge swath of this enchanted forest has been chopped away by some lumberjack or some such type. Until eventually you come to a babbling brook with a river going across it. And sat by the single remaining tree is an old man with a great big gray beard that goes down to his knees, and he's sort of slumped up against the tree. Looks like he's kind of snoozing, dozing off. What would you like to do?
Is there a bridge?
I want to steal.
There is a bridge, yes.
Great.
I wonder if that's the kindly old man who has the bean.
It looks like a man who's old, and there's a bridge.
It feels mean to wake him.
That might make him not very kindly.
That's true.
Could flick the man with this beam.
Why would I flick his bean?
No, flick him.
Oh.
I got you to say it.
So we just wait around until he wakes up. What if
sleeping's his thing?
What if he's been asleep for like
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years
Can I
or
walk up
whatever
to
it
this one?
was.
Yes, you can.
Cool. I'm gonna walk up and knock the stone next to him a couple times with my quarterstaff.
Oh, goodness gracious
Look,
me.
I've woken him.
Oh, well, yes.
Unless
Must have dozed
Good
off.
job.
we're very sorry for waking you.
Hello. Who are you? I don't believe I've seen you before.
What do his legs look like?
Old and withered and kind of like shaking a little bit with the effort of speaking to you all.
Did he stand up?
No, he's still just sort of slumped against the side of the tree.
We're strangers to this land. We're venturing through. We hear that Jack is in trouble, and we're trying to save him.
Oh, yes, the poor boy gave me one of his magic beans before he was finally captured. A good lot of it'll do for me to have it. You see, I've grown old. I spent my whole life chopping down trees in this forest because I once heard tell there was a great treasure inside a hollow of one of these trees. Spent my whole life chopping them down until I grew old and withered as you now see me. The damn thing is, it must be inside this one.
And he knocks on the one he's leaning up against.
But I've grown too weak to chop it down. And so here I shall stay.
If only Hyros were here.
Yeah, my dad would actually be
Exactly the one for this.
The tree would be down already if Hyros was here.
It would. Needless to say, I do not take after him in that sense.
Must
Fair
chop
enough.
wood.
Huge. Oh, we're doing this.
Oh yeah, it's all coming down.
Oh, it's all tree.
Well,
There's no lantern on this man anywhere, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't believe I have any sort of thing that could even chop a tree down.
Me neither.
I kind of draw my sickle out, but it's like small.
Well, I've still got my old trusty axe here, but I am far too weak to wield it.
There is, in fact, a old-fashioned woodcutter's axe also
Uh-oh.
leaning up against the tree. Uh-oh.
On a scale from 1
Uh-oh.
to 20, I think Seren and Kashak might be tied for.
Uh-oh.
There's not a positive modifier in the house, folks.
This was not the party.
I wish Hyros was here.
Yep.
Seren, would you like to chop down this tree?
I sort of wouldn't. I like them standing, but I would like to help this man, so
Take the axe, Seren.
I will take the axe.
Does it need to be chopped
I could
down?
hit it with a little bit of fire or something.
I could rip it off the ground.
So if
Enlarge.
oh, really?
Yes.
Nice.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, what's this?
Enlarge.
Oh, what does that do? I mean, I get it, but like...
I couldn't tell if you were serious or not.
Like mechanically.
She's now large instead of medium.
Ooh.
And
It
do-
doubles your carrying capacity.
Then you do extra D4 of damage.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Now, none of that directly affects your strength mod, but
But you're big now.
Oh, but she's big.
By all logical
Push it.
accountability. So, Seren, you grow to be about 15, 20 feet tall.
10.
Holy cow.
Oh, yeah, you're only 5 feet tall.
Double
so you're
in
not 10 feet
size.
tall.
Double in size, but 8
5'6".
times your weight. Or
Goodness
quadruple your
gracious.
weight.
So 11 feet tall.
I'd already never seen an elf that big, and now look at you.
He's
What?
an elf.
Elves.
Oh, right. Like fairy tale elves.
The ones I know, tiny little things, make shoes,
Yeah,
bake cookies.
Sometimes they're little and they make shoes.
Dude, they don't live in this tree.
I was
right?
gonna say.
we have a turf war on our
What's
hands.
going on this morning?
No, they stopped living in trees ever since the fire.
And he just sort of 1,000-yard stares out.
As he does that, I'm
You hear a gong somewhere in the door.
Nothing to worry about for us.
As he does that, I'm just gonna gently, I'm gonna stow the axe somewhere for a second and gently scoop him out of tree falling on top of him range.
Oh, thank you.
And then set him down somewhere.
He just sort of flops down onto the ground like a starfish.
That's kinda. The tree is the only thing keeping me up.
You fixed my back.
Well, I would really love it if it didn't fall upon you.
Oh, okay.
You might as well get to it.
I start chopping this tree down very sadly.
Yeah, so at this size, the axe is gonna be like a cutting knife in your hand, or you know what I mean.
It's probably now it's single hand
It's a
axe.
single-handed axe now.
But yeah, I'm gonna say, give me an athletics check at advantage.
Out of practice.
8.
How'd you do, big boy?
With advantage, you was 8.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't get a mod to it. So.
Oh, mama. Okay. All right, that's fine. I got it. Okay, so it takes, even in your enlarged state, it takes a good whacking.
How long does this spell last?
I think it's a minute.
Enough.
Enough.
Okay.
It still takes a good whacking though, but you do, with some persistent effort, start managing to feel like you're getting somewhere. And in fact, after a couple of swings, it's sort of like, as you impact the trunk, it sort of gives way, as if the center of the tree was entirely hollow. And with that, it begins to tip, falling to the side with a great crash. It lands on the ground.
It lasts a minute, so it'll probably begin to wear off now.
And as you shrink back down to regular size, sitting in the hollow of this tree, working its serpentine neck up and looking at you all curiously, with a is a golden goose. Looking a little shaken at having just an enormous lady breaking it out of a tree, it doesn't stay around too long, instead opening its wings and giving a few experimental flaps, and then lifting off into the air, flying towards the horizon.
I guess you're welcome.
I have to say that was not what I was expecting to come out of there.
The old man,
Surrie,
still
shoot
lying
that
on the
thing.
ground like a starfish.
Oh, what a magnificent sight! It's been worth all my long years of toil just to see something as beautiful as that great gold goose. Thank you all.
Yeah, get the dirt ready. We're not gonna kill him, we're just waiting.
Truly a blessed day.
Kashek's got like a sundial watch. It's like,
Thank you for bringing this gift to me. Please, Jack's bean is in my pocket. Take it for yourself.
flick it!
I'll get it.
You
He
do
also
so.
left a cucumber down there if I'm not
I'll kill
mistaken.
you.
You rummage through the old man's pockets and pull out.
Can you get mothballs in clothes you're wearing?
Yeah.
There's a couple of spare buttons, some lengths of twine, and an old fishing hook.
He had like a
That is
Nature
like
Valley
so
bar
cool.
10 years ago and there's still crumbs in
It's
there.
lambus bread.
You rummage around in the old man's pocket, bringing out buttons and lengths of twine and an old fishing hook.
Just A little to the left. That's it.
And then
Okay.
before
I
finally
was making a joke, but
before finally pulling out a small yellow kidney bean.
oh.
I suppose that makes 2.
Should each of us carry one?
Nope.
All right.
Well, no. I mean, why spread out the damage? Just
I don't want to
Just limit it to
money
one
lord on
body.
top of me.
Fine. I just thought since there are 4 of them and there's 4 of us.
I thought you had that nifty bag.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't...
No, thank you. It is truly now a life well lived. Ever since I got to see that magnificent goose.
Can we put like a branch under your head or something?
No, no,
I don't know.
fine.
Would you like to be like sat
No,
up?
I'm
All right.
very content.
Okay.
Thank you.
You look like it.
Just look out. There's a monster past the bridge in the cave.
Hi, he died while saying it.
You seem to have died while you were retrieving the bean.
I kneel down next to him.
Hello.
Who are you?
I feel happy.
Look it up for anyone you know.
Why'd you cut down the tree next to us?
One day I'll find the treasure.
The rainbow connection.
It's not easy being green.
Anyway, Seren, you bent down.
I kneel down next to this man, and I...
Hello.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
This
fuck.
is a million times better than any beach episode ever.
Yes. I give him another one of the feathers off the trim of my cloak. It's not golden, but I'm told they'll bring good luck.
This is an even more kingly gift than the sight of that beloved golden goose. You know, for this gift I shall give you a tip.
No,
Reach
no.
back into my pocket.
I'll kill you. I know where you sleep.
Then you'll find just the tip.
Well, I imagine that goose was inside of that tree trunk for a long time. Perhaps if one of you inspected it.
You fucking idiots.
Golden geese lay golden eggs, if anyone was wondering.
Well, I don't know the rules of this sort of thing, Surrie. Why don't you look for the...
I'll go look for the inside the tree. I don't know if it's an egg.
I move my hand and the feather is now golden.
Oh, my!
Oh, take your hand out.
I'm sorry,
Stop!
I'm going to kill
How
him!
does that work?
I spent a lot of time with him. Sometimes my voice changes.
I thought he'd like it.
What a blessed day is that!
Oh. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Did he just die?
I don't think that's what happened.
We're gonna pee with
It's not. More than one of those things can happen at the same time.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that's actually fine because the feather's only gonna be gold for an hour. So. So eventually.
This is so dumb.
I wonder if a lightning bolt from this height would kill me.
Ball lightning?
I'm literally crying. Jesus Christ.
Go inspect the tree.
Why do you do it? You do it.
Sorry, get up.
No, I can help you look for it.
Grasp.
You go over. Whew, okay. You go over to the tree trunk. And inside is just sort of a mess of feathers. Probably
Shit.
golden feathers. A lot of goose shit.
Oh shit.
But yeah, you take a minute, maybe grab a couple of branches off the tree to
want
sift a
tissue?
bit. But you do eventually, after a few minutes searching, uncover a golden egg. Ooh, quite large.
Is that going at any
You pick it up, Kajak? Okay. It's much heavier than you thought it would be. It's very dense.
Is that at any point, do we think, going to hatch into a baby golden goose?
What does the egg say?
I don't know.
Kashek's listening to it.
You hear the ocean. No. No. It sort of just feels kind of like it's solid gold.
No.
Maybe it's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
That was an odd way to phrase it.
Or just money.
Yeah, we should keep going.
Do you want to hold on to it, Kashek?
You look pretty comfortable with it. There you go.
My storage is my wings.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so much for me.
A lot at once. And the old guy, apparently. Fuck, dude.
I guess I close this old man's eyes and like arrange him a little bit more decorously.
Oh, careful.
Yeah.
Like cross his arms over his chest.
It might snap off.
You do
Hasn't
so.
been
He
that
looks
long.
quite content and peaceful.
I put his little feather in his hands
That's very sweet.
and with his axe next to him.
Alright, it's gonna be gold for another 50 minutes. We can put one of these real gold feathers in there. We
That's
just
what
want to do that.
was a gift.
It's sure
keep going.
it was.
We'll keep
And I helped.
moving.
Yeah, let's do that.
You carry on down the cobblestone path.
Shaq lags behind for a second and looks down at the feather that he's holding.
Mm-hmm. Do you take his body? Okay. All right.
Still gold.
For now.
You cross the bridge, and on the other side of the river, the forest again picks up. So as you make your way again, continuing along the cobblestone path, the forest again encloses around you.
She's not gonna have any feathers left.
Some to spare.
And you carry on down the path, and time. You have no idea how much time has elapsed since you've been here. And you have no idea how long you've been walking along this golden path.
The sun hasn't like moved at all.
You haven't even seen the sun. There's just
Oh, it's
sunlight everywhere.
right.
It's like having depression.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Oh boy.
You haven't even seen the sun.
Yeah, you haven't quite seen a sun. There's just sunlight everywhere. But nonetheless, after some indeterminate amount of time, the cobblestone path turns into a fork. One to the left, to the right, carrying off further into the forest. The other to the left, to the left, goes maybe another 50 feet. And at the edge, in a clearing, you see a wooden cabin in the middle of the forest,
Which way was that?
off to the left.
Left into cabin, right.
Right,
is-
continuing on, and it like takes a bend and carries on into the forest.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Do we think that's a witch cabin or?
Well,
Could
s-
be.
he did say cabin, and is there any way of telling if that's the edge of the forest?
You can either roll me a nature check or a religion check.
We're gonna do that one. Big honkin' die. Up. 16.
Who can say? You don't know how long you've been out here. You don't know what time of day it is. You don't know what your direction you're traveling. Half the forest was cleared away. Now you're back into the other edge of it. Who knows?
I guess the question is, do we try and deal with potential witch now, or do we continue and try and find Ditter Bean first?
Is the cabin made out of wood?
Yes.
Did you say something about wooden cabin?
Hmm?
I wouldn't light it on fire. Jack's gonna be in
No,
there.
no.
Alright.
The story about a witch in a cabin, I know the cabin is made out of candy.
Yes.
Oh, maybe it's a different witch.
That's all.
What is it with witches and sugar?
Well,
Well, the other one's cooked primarily with children. So.
Children people sugar.
Children are naturally sweet.
Yeah.
well, I mean, yeah, using the
Spoilers for
sugar.
Princess Strahd, I guess.
Yeah, using the sugar to lure in the children to then eat the children. Get
So
them plump.
we have relative certainty that this is not the witch's cabin then, because we are looking.
We've
for
got
the
a
other being.
hunch.
There's many witches.
Can we follow the? Let's let Kashek knock on the door. It's been so long since he's knocked on anything. He's dying.
It was like yesterday.
Go ahead,
It
Kashek.
was yesterday.
So you go up the left path and knock on the door of the cabin. Knocking upon this wood gives perhaps the most pleasing sound you've ever experienced. As you knock upon the wood, you hear a rustling from inside, as if
Someone's
a
digging through.
commotion comes is happening inside, and after a moment you hear, who is it?
Hello?
Yes.
Is there a window?
No.
He tries to open the door.
Just 1 minute. I'm not dressed.
That usually means not yet.
We should have brought the axe.
And
We
you hear
have-
again, sort of like a crashing of pots and pans and a great scuffling and sort of a commotion inside. And again, after just maybe a few seconds of this general rabble and hubbub, okay, come in.
Shaq has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Very pleasing door, and he's opening it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
You open the door
Oh, I do.
and step inside. It's a cozy one-room cabin. Fire crackling merrily in a fireplace in the corner.
Thank goodness.
A little seems sort of makeshift kind of kitchen area with kettle and tea and cakes. And to one side, a huge, plush, very comfortable looking bed in which the only occupant of the cabin lies. And it is a old woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Are we sure that
what big eyes does
Kashak
she
doesn't
have?
have like an instinctual response to something that he might otherwise consider prey? That's up
Prey?
to you.
Pray?
Maybe normally, but here, something's
Oh, right, I
playing with
forgot.
your mind a little bit here. And as you all enter, you all see this woman lying in the bed.
What does this woman look like?
She's very large eyes,
Mm-hmm.
very
And
large
ears.
teeth, very large ears.
Mm-hmm.
And as you all
Looks
kind
like
of,
she might need to shave.
She's already in the bed.
she is in the bed, and it's sort of pulled up right to right underneath her nose. And as you all kind of come into the cabin here, she says, "Oh, well, I wasn't expecting visitors today, except for my granddaughter. You haven't seen her, have you?"
No, just the old man that died.
What does she look like?
And the Eggman.
She has red hair, carries a basket,
All the time?
well, yes?
Yes!
Can I look around and see if there's a basket already
Every
in
time
here?
I've seen her.
There is,
Good
yes.
point.
Oh, give me a perception check.
26.
Yeah, there is a wicker basket cast to one side of the cabin, tipped over, its contents sort of spilling out onto the floor.
Ew.
Is it like that basket right there?
No! That's mine! It's very different from that one!
Is this grandma bullshitting us?
Give me an
Why would
insight
you
check.
think this? I've been nothing but polite since we walked in.
Call me suspicious. Call me Madison Cadillo. 26.
You just notice what big eyes she has. And how suspicious for a grandmother eyes of that size would be. Please, are you friends of my granddaughter? I'm very worried. Would you go back out into the forest and look for her?
Well, is she on her way here?
She was supposed to be, but I expected her hours ago. I imagine something terrible has happened to her. Would you please go back out into the forest and look for her while I stay here?
Sorry, what happens in this one?
I mean, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine, alright. I'll go up to the bed and pull the cover down.
Oh. You do so, revealing beneath a long white sleeping dress covered in a floral pattern.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, an old lady's shameful, bad for all to see. How rude of you, you devil! Please go away, go very far away.
Devil.
You don't look much like any grandmother I've ever seen.
Well, thank you. Yes, I have kept myself looking quite young, despite my advanced age.
What's with all the mess in here?
Well, I haven't been about to tidy yet. Very sick.
Are you hungry at all, Granny?
No, I'm fine.
Is there any, like, blood or, like...
Not these fairy tales.
Not that you can say.
Yeah, that's true.
She's still alive in there.
Maybe.
Please,
All
I'm
right.
very worried about my dear granddaughter. Would you please go search for her, please?
Well, you see, what happens in this one is that a woodsman comes and then cuts open the wolf.
Oh.
And then, yeah.
Wolf?
So,
Oh,
She
I-
does sort of look like a wolf.
I've heard of a wolf who prowls these woods. Very handsome, very strong.
So I've got this very sharp dagger.
But I haven't seen him around today.
What did it do exactly?
Oh! Ate the grandchild.
What?
Well, and the grandmother.
What? My grandchild's been eaten? You're
It's
telling
both
me?
of them.
Oh.
Wait, so he comes into the house and eats the grandma.
Can you
And
please
then-
stop? I can't hear my friend.
Boo.
Eats the grandma, and then the granddaughter comes and says, "Oh, grandma, what big is oh, the better to eat you with." And then he eats the
Boo.
grandchild as well.
You sure you're not hungry?
No, I'm quite full. I mean, my illness precludes my appetite.
What illness is that?
There is. I've got the plague. Oh, don't come too close or you'll catch it.
I've already had it.
6 feet?
Yeah, right, okay. Sure. I'm gonna...
You
Can I
wanna
just, like,
hold him
walk up and, like, give her,
down?
like, a... on, like, the back of the head or something? Like a... trying to knock her out?
Sure. Yeah, roll the hit.
23.
Yeah, so you do. You just gotta give her a smack upside the head, which, and her head kind of flies forward a little bit. Oh, you hit an old woman,
Can
you
she make
brute!
Can she make a con save?
Sure. And her nightcap kind of flies off of her head, revealing these two enormous ears that get poke up into the air.
Something's amiss.
What big ears?
Oh yes, the better to hear my granddaughter with.
About that con save?
Sure. 24.
Oh, okay, she makes it.
The better to hear my granddaughter with.
Just gonna cut open that belly with my cool, very sharp dagger.
Roll the hit.
Oh shit. It's fine.
Yeah,
Well, you know, I'll explain what I'm doing first.
No,
I'm
I would
this is
rather
how
like
the
to move
story
this
goes.
along.
This is
I
how the story
understand.
goes. I'm just gonna do it. All
That's
right.
alright. It's a weird place. An egg fell apart and we put them together just fine.
13.
You bring out your dagger and wind through the air, going to pierce into this old grandmother's stomach. But she catches your hand
Oh shit.
mid-air.
Oh, man.
And as you watch her hand wrap around your wrist, claws begin to grow out and hair begins to cover her hand grabbing you.
I don't remember the spot.
Now that's no way to treat an old woman. I need everybody to roll in.
I don't remember the
Oh,
spot.
it was an old man. That's what it was.
So please place yourselves.
I was over here bonking a wolf upon
Over
the
there.
head.
Trying to cut it open, not.
I'm on the rug.
Okay.
Grandma.
Awfully large sized, aren't you?
The better to kill you with.
Oh, well. Now that you say that.
Perhaps you've noticed my teeth. The better to eat you with.
He says, as the
Do you
grandma,
know that one?
which I don't know if you guys saw this coming, but is not actually a grandma.
What?
Why would you do that to me?
Raises up, and standing before you is an enormous, big, very bad wolf.
Yes!
Okay.
Oh, you have no idea how many of your little brothers I've killed. Barovia is full of them. Do you know how many wolves I've eaten?
Like
Oh, you're right.
20.
A lot of wolves.
We ate a lot of wolves.
That's
in
all we
Barovia.
ate for like 3 months.
Okay, initiatives. Please. Alcyone.
21.
Kashek.
14.
Seren.
13.
Surrie.
17.
He gets. Oh, not good.
Poop.
Here we go. The wolf
I forgot.
rears up before you all, standing atop the bed. and gives a mighty roar as hot breath and spittle go spilling out over Seren and Surrie, standing right before you. A mighty howl, and we are in combat. Alcyone is up first.
All right. Goodness. I'm going to look at him and just sort of. I wonder if perhaps it's your turn to be afraid, and I will, as a bonus action, utter a word of terror. You must make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, 21.
Fuck, succeed.
Sorry.
Nothing happens. But I pretend that I said that cool thing instead to bless all three of my compatriots.
Excellent.
So we get a D4 to.
You have a D4 to attacks and saves
Thank you.
Excellent work.
for the duration.
Anything else, Alcyone?
No, that's it for me.
That brings us to you, Surrie.
I have a hat.
The wolf stands before you, slobber dripping from his long maw.
Well, what else is there to do but booming blade and try to stab it?
Well, what else indeed?
When in the adventure place.
Well, 28.
Yep.
Oh, and my very good friend Seren is within 5 feet of this guy, isn't she?
Sure is.
Sure is.
Those little ones. 26.
Points of damage?
Yes.
Excellent. That's magical, yes, because you have a magical dagger.
Mm-hmm.
26, excellent.
Some of it's
Thunder.
thunder.
That's
Boom,
okay.
sound, thunder.
Yeah,
Anything else, Surrie?
that's it.
Kashek.
I will cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff, and then I will cast Flaming Sphere on Mr. Man. Shooting it out through
Okay.
the end of my staff.
It occupies a 5-foot space.
Yes. Yep, so that's going to appear, oh, actually, you know what?
Is there room above him?
That's fine, I can put it back here. So
Aye,
that,
on the
that
bed.
will affect him and neither Seren nor Surrie from this distance.
Thank you.
So behind him, igniting anything it touches.
Does it look like the sun,
No.
but smaller at night?
No, this would look like a rainbow-colored fire.
Neat.
Ooh, interesting.
That's my turn.
Like a burning bush.
Okay. Seren.
Yeah. As you do that, you may also notice that there are little curling vines kind of enwrapping his wolfly paws upon the bottom, and I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark upon him.
Okay.
Neat.
And then I'm going to... punch.
D4.
Oh, yeah, thanks. There, you want a punch. A bunch. 25?
25?
Yes.
Yeesh. Points of damage.
Look at the K. 11 points of my fist.
Hmm?
From the first one. And then from the second one.
D4.
Thank you.
Yeah.
babe. Ooh, not as good. Maybe as good. 18?
18.
Yes.
Great.
That was the hit.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Okay. And that's another...
Just
sorry, doing math. 9 points of damage and another con save. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
does stunning automatically fail dex saves?
It's a disadvantage automatically fails them. It's on the thing in the book.
I think that's not failure.
Con save?
Mm-hmm.
18.
Surely can't
Yeah,
move,
he makes
so.
it. Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
He's hardy.
Okay, it is his turn, and he is going to huff.
Yes.
And
yeah, he
puff.
is. Yeah, he is.
I need all of you to give me a strength saving throw.
That's so cool. Uh-oh.
Do we add
D4,
the D4?
right?
You do, to saves.
Okay.
All three of you do. I, however, don't.
16?
16.
Half.
8.
16.
2.
Oof.
Oh, boy.
All right, all of you fail.
Whoa!
And so as the big bad wolf stands up in the bed, he says,
You wretched little worms! That's no way to treat an old woman! I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow you all down!
and all of you feel this gale force hurricane wind lift you off your feet.
Oh my god.
Hoodies.
That's Alcyone.
5, 10, 15, bam, slam into the wall.
Ow.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Not
bam,
the teapot!
slamming into the wall.
Not the teapot.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Not the piano!
5, 10, 15, oops. 5, 10, 15, 20,
25.
25. Bam, into the wall. Shoot, just enough. So the three of you slam into the wall of the cabin, and each of you are
welcome to the jam.
going to stay.
This guy's been busy. He's been terrorizing some pigs. He ate a grandmother. Look at it. We're just interrupting his day.
We are. But we need the beans!
Yeah, we need
And
beans,
each
Mr.
of you are going to take 23 force damage
Wow.
as you slam into the wall of the cabin.
Okay.
Surrie, you sort of collapse in the kitchen area and simply fall prone.
23, you said?
Yes.
So 11 I need to make. I do. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Neat. Bless is still up.
And as he sends you all flying back with his huffing and puffing, he chortles to himself. And he's going to step forward.
Nice.
Right there.
Alright.
Lurching menacingly towards you.
Yeah, get the menace feeling. I get that.
Okay, we are back to Alcyone, top of the order.
I didn't feel the need to be this mean, but you're not the only one who can throw people places, so I'm going to step forward.
Aha!
And I'm going to give a clap of the hands and cast Pulse Wave
Ooh.
at this motherfucker.
Ooh.
He needs to make himself a Constitution saving throw, which I know he's good at, but
You surely will. Yeah, 23.
that's okay. He will still take half damage. 10 points of force damage.
Okay.
And he is
great.
neither pulled nor pushed. I will very much step back in that case.
It was a good try, little cupcake.
Yeah, well, hopefully someone like Surrie feels more inspired by my actions than I.
Anything else, Alcyone?
Oh wait, I gotta do a rhyme. You may huff, puff, and blow. That's a real neat trick. But I'd rather stay away from you, you enormous prick.
Nailed it!
Oh, a 10?
Yeah.
Surrie, you are up.
Okay. I will step up right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
I will once again be casting Booming Blade on my
Okay.
dagger. And I will
And
hold.
once again, I'm casting Booming Blade.
Yeah. And I will attempt to
No sneak attack this
stab
time,
at
it
him.
looks like,
Correct,
yeah.
correct.
Whoop. Oh, look at her go.
28.
Yes.
Do Booming Blade. 17 points.
17 points of damage, actually. Okay. Math is hard.
That's pretty good. Without sneak attack?
Yep.
Healthy.
Great. Excellent. Anything else?
Right, I did that right? No.
Okay. As you move up, Surrie, and you hack and slash, you only come up to about his sort of like midsection. As you hack and slash away at him, you hear this strange sound, seemingly coming from inside the wolf himself.
Yep, I hear you.
Kashak.
How close is he to the ceiling?
Right up against it. We'll say the ceiling is maybe like 20 feet high, and he's like 17.
Holy shit.
I flew.
Okay.
I'm going to use a bonus action to move the flaming sphere up to here,
Okay.
and then I'm going to whack him on the head with my shillelagh staff.
Aye, whack away.
You can run it into him with your bonus action. So he has to immediately make the save.
Oh, that's way better. Let's do that.
Yep.
Yeah. So he
yep.
needs to make a dex save.
15.
I think he fails. He fails.
Nice.
So that's 2d6, I believe.
Yeah.
He takes 9 points of fire damage.
What's that?
He cries out as the fire bites into his skin, and the air is filled with the smell of burnt hair.
That doesn't dispel it.
What?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay.
As long as you're concentrating.
Yeah, so while he's getting burned on the haunches, I will hit him in the face with my quarterstaff. And that's going to be a crit.
Yeah!
Okay, so the damage dice is increased to an 8 for Shillelagh.
Yep.
I get 2 of those for the crit.
Yep.
Is that all from Shillelagh?
Yep.
Cool. I'm also going to burn a first level spell slot and activate my Staff of Withering,
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
which would also get increased because it's a crit.
All dice roll, baby.
Cool. So that's going to be 4d10.
Ooh.
Kashek is done with this one.
A spell slot? Or just...
It's got 3 charges. You just have to burn a spell slot to use it.
Oh, I thought it was just the charges to use it.
I'll check that in a second, but it may just be a charge. But
Yeah, it's probably just a charge.
yeah, so I will burn one of the charges on that then. So that was 2d8 and 4d10 for this quartered staff attack.
Fuck.
36 points of damage.
Nice.
25 of which is necrotic, if it matters.
It's not in this case.
Yeah.
Shillelagh makes it magical, so you're all set.
So as that activates, you see his skin shrivel as the moisture inside of him is destroyed.
Little brat.
There are people in there.
Oh yeah, you might see an outline of a person.
Anything else, Kashek?
No, that'll be it for me.
Excellent, Seren.
Woo! I'm gonna run over here to my good friend Surrie.
Yeah, that's where the sphere
Where's
is.
where's the sphere?
Oh,
It's
sorry.
there. Yeah.
So,
Kashek, my man. Where's the sphere?
Isn't he occupying that space, though?
Yeah, he is.
Because he's large.
Oh, can the flame not occupy the space?
No.
Okay,
So, no.
that's next one then.
So here.
Yeah.
so could I occupy here, and would I still be flanking?
You will take damage if you sit there.
Yeah, if you start your turn there.
If I start my turn there,
Within 5 feet, yeah.
Is it start or end?
Start your turn.
Sorry, cool.
so I could move over to this space. Would I be flanking?
Yep.
5, 10, 15.
I lied. That should have been more damage. I get to use my spellcasting ability for attack and damage rolls instead of strength.
Okay.
Yeah, were you not?
I wasn't.
Oh, and that's why
That's what
Shillelagh is
Shillelagh
good.
does, yeah.
I didn't add anything to that, so he takes an additional. Oh, spellcasting mod. He takes an additional 5 points.
Right, you are.
Damage.
I'm gonna hop over here.
Hmm.
Where's that other dice?
Plus D4.
Plus a D4. Thank you. Punch, punch. Oh, thank you. It's a 29
Yes.
to hit.
Mhm.
So he's gonna take 14 points from the first one.
Mhm.
25 again to hit.
Yes.
Nice, nice, nice.
11 more points of damage, and have him make a con save.
Can I retroactively have him make a con save for me first? Because my Staff of Withering also does that and I didn't know it.
Does what?
Can you make a con save really quick?
Okay.
Sorry.
18.
Okay, he makes it.
And for you, non-nat 20.
Yeah, he makes it. Okay. Well, then
Damn it.
with my bonus action, I'm going to blink out of existence.
Whoop.
And, hop over here to my good friend. Sorry.
Sweet. A close good friends.
My close good friend. And that is my whole turn.
Okay, that brings us to him.
Oh, wait, maybe I should have gone away.
It turns to you, Kashek. And leering down at you, you feel his hot breath wash over you, and his gnarly long teeth bare into a wide, horrible grin. Eyes on the birdie! And he reaches forward towards you with both of his claws. That is going to be a non-natural 20 to hit. Yes?
Mhm.
He grabs hold of you as his claws pierce into your fur. 14 piercing damage. He then, in another movement, brings you up, lifting you bodily off the ground, opening his gaping maw wide.
Yikes.
Oh.
How many people can he fit in there?
That is gonna as many as he needs. That is going to be a 25 to hit, and he swallows you whole.
Uh-oh.
You slide.
Are we using like fairy tale mechanics?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. He swallows you whole. Your vision goes dark as you slide down his throat into his stomach, and as you kind of like move your way down into his gullet, you feel a bump against your head. As inside his stomach, you hear a voice. Oh, hello.
Okay, so she's okay.
What did you think was making that noise?
I don't know.
He then turns back to you, Seren, for his final attack.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to miss with 12.
Yes, it will.
So he again brings another claw and swipes at you, but it goes wide. And he's ending his turn, so he's making a dex save, which is a 15.
Oh, he fails. 9 points of fire damage.
Aces.
Concentration?
Excellent. What?
No.
The spell is concentration?
Oh, flaming sphere. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, it is. So, yeah, you would have to make... What did he do? 14.
15. So I make that.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're good. So, yes, dex save for him.
From
is
inside
15.
the wolf. Focusing on a sphere.
That brings us back to Alcyone, top of the order.
All right. Oh goodness, this has gone interestingly. Yeah, that's fair. So I'm going to wait. I already did one of those. I'm going to fling up a hand, and a ray of icy cold is going to shoot towards him. A ray of frost.
Yeah.
Toward the big
Excellent.
man. Not ideal. But 13?
No, I'm afraid not.
Shit.
It just sort of like flings off of his flank.
Let's start here.
a lot of cold nights in the woods. You can't hurt me.
All right. I need to be that way about it. And I'm going to Seren.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like his bark is worse than his bite.
Yeah, who's making puns now?
Look out to the left, but beware of the right.
So which way am I looking?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So there's that one.
That's so good because danger is everywhere.
Yep. That's my turn.
Okay, Surrie, that brings us to you.
All right. I feel like I'm not gonna booming blade this time because I don't want to hurt everyone that's inside of him.
I think once we hurt him, it will be like.
Listen!
normal. Okay.
It's up to you.
That's what Surrie wants
It's
to
my
do.
logic.
Yep.
But I want to try to, slice the whole belly open.
Go ahead.
I will try. Great. Okay. I'll use this one.
20-something, yes.
25.
A 20-something
Sorry,
hits.
brain. 22 points of damage.
Excellent. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, Kashek, it is your turn. You
So,
are...
How dumb are we getting with these fairy tale mechanics?
What do you
I think we
mean?
should get super dumb.
Should I bother trying to get out?
You can if you want. You're effective. You're restrained, effectively.
It's like being swallowed by anything
It's
else.
like being swallowed by a giant frog or whatever it is.
Worm.
Except you are going to take a little bit of damage as its stomach, the wolfy stomach juices.
At the top of the round?
Yeah.
Usually that's what it's
As its wolfy stomach juices eat away a little bit at your feathered exterior,
not this feathered exterior.
and you are going to take 19 acid damage.
Gross. That's fucking gross.
Yeesh. And so your speed is 0. Your attacks have disadvantage. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. But other than that, you are free to move as you would.
Cool, I'm gonna drop Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
I cast Enlarge on myself.
What?
Oh!
I'm a willing creature, so.
Oh! I didn't plan for that.
No, we didn't.
All right, how much bigger did you get?
I double my size, which means I'm 10 feet tall. So again, how stupid are we getting with these
He might
mechanics?
puke it. I mean,
Okay. This is great. Okay. Yeah. You enlarge.
You even got
Kashek.
the preview.
You enlarge, Kashek. You double in size. The small voice that met you as you slid down into the wolf's tummy goes, I get a little cramped in here. The rest of you see the wolf, his eyes go oddly funny and in any direction as you see Kashek's owl-like talons. The wolf goes, and Kashek's owl-like talons come spurting out of his mouth, waving through the air, and I'm just gonna have him take some force damage. I'm just making.
You're wearing him like a hat.
I'm about to be.
hooray!
Okay. And he sort of clutches his stomach, saying, "Oh, talk about something I ate."
You think?
Anything else, Kashek?
Is he just stuck half out?
Yeah, just his legs are kind of dangling
Okay.
out of the wolf's mouth.
Okay.
Can I get out?
No, you're still kind of like wrapped in his esophagus.
Then that's my turn.
Okay, Seren.
Alright, I'm gonna pop back over to this side of Mr. Man. And since the flaming sphere is down...
D4.
Yeah, you're so right. Thank you.
He's over there.
Yeah. Thank you, James, for this dice. That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep. So he takes... Math. 13 points.
13?
Yep.
How's it happen?
Yeah.
I think I'm actually just gonna hop up and yank Kashek's legs out of his mouth, and the residual force is just gonna do whatever it does.
Yeah, you hop up, grabbing Kashek by the ankles, yanking him out of the wolf's mouth. And as you do, and Kashek emerges covered in slime and gunk, the wolf just sort of like, I don't feel so, and continues again vomiting up two other figures who sort of just splatter to the floor of the cabin in front of you, and then goes. Collapsing on the floor of the cabin before you.
How much wolf puke just got on me?
Oh, just so much.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's gross.
That's not exactly how the story goes, but I think I like our version better.
Who gets covered in puke in the story version?
Well, those two. 'Cause they're in the story.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't. Never mind.
Okay.
There's never any puke in stories.
He just kind of gets
Are
cut
you
open.
two all right?
The two figures sort of like collapsed on top of each other on the floor of the cabin. Sort of look around, sort of like wiping the gunk off of themselves, getting it out of their eyes, trying to get the bulk of it off of their clothing. One is just in sort of a slip, perhaps one you would wear under a nightgown,
Oh.
an elderly woman, and the other is in sort of plain adventurer's traveling clothes with this lovely red cloak over it. And the younger woman in the red cloak goes, I think so. The air is much more easy to breathe up here. I think, thank you very much.
It's
You're
our
welcome.
pleasure, to be sure.
Nice cloak.
The elderly woman sort of like, sorry, must have dozed off for a moment there. Oh, goodness gracious, who are you?
Friends.
Oh, well, always nice to have friends over for tea.
Yes, definitely. Sort of look at the wolf carcass.
Is he dead or is he just like?
He's not moving.
Oh man.
It's not like detransforming or anything.
No.
Cool. Can I skin it?
Sure, go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah, give me a.
Guess we got an hour in us.
Give me a
He's skilled.
survival check. Yeah.
gonna take an hour to skin a big
27.
fucking thing.
Yeah. So immediately as you begin talking to the two figures on the floor, Kashek moves with intent and focus over to the carcass of the big red wolf, and immediately, what do you just use your talons, or do you have a
dagger.
A dagger? Yeah.
He's got
immediately
a hunting knife, like a Bowie knife.
sets about skinning this enormous wolf.
As we're talking, I'm just gonna like politely maneuver myself like within the eye lines of the old lady and the younger girl, so that they can't maybe see the most graphically.
Oh yeah, God forbid they see something morbid today.
Well,
I think she knows she got eaten.
that's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like, you wouldn't happen to be, what was her name?
I don't think
Red
yeah.
Riding
Red.
Hood?
You wouldn't
Hood.
happen to be Red Riding Hood, would you?
Well,
That is what they call me, though I don't too much care for the name.
Oh, my apologies. What would you prefer me to call you?
Well, that's darn suitable of you to ask. I prefer my full name, Leandra.
Does that ring a bell?
From what?
I feel like I've heard that name before, Madison. So does
Oh, I don't
Seren remember that name?
Roll me a history check.
You can add that inspiration if you want.
Oh, I also shrink.
Oh yes, of course. Making the task of skinning the wolf perhaps more arduous,
Yeah.
but you set
You
about
only
it.
have 10 minutes to use it.
15 on the history check.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Miss Leandra, we're in a bit of a bind, I suppose. We're looking for Jack, but we hear he's in some trouble.
Ah, well, seeing as you just got me out of one, it's only right that I help you out of yours. It's Jack you're looking for.
We heard he was taken by a witch.
Was he then? He thought as much might happen. Gave me one of his magic beans for safekeeping in just such an event. Are you after the bean then?
I suppose we are.
There's an egg fellow who said we should gather them. It would help us escape. We are not from here, you see.
Ah, travellers from abroad, yeah, is it? Well, if that's the case, then the magic beans is your only way out of here. Luckily, I wasn't in that wolf's stomach long enough for him to digest this. And she pulls out a small red kidney bean and hands it over to you.
I'll take it.
That's 3. Just Jack's left to go.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Leandra.
Well, thank you very much. Might have been afternoon tea if it hadn't been for you four coming by.
Why was he so worried that a witch might be after him?
Well, Jack is a bit of a troublemaker, you see. Gets himself into all kinds of tales and woe, and he's made more than a number of few enemies in his time. He's a good-hearted sort of boy. Just up to mischief is what he likes. Which, however, don't take too kindly to practical jokes.
Right.
That makes sense, I suppose. Witches and all that.
I kind of like look over my shoulder at Kashek and see if he's done.
Yeah, if you've been talking for a few minutes, yeah, Kashek, you managed to get a good a portion of the hide off of the big bad old wolf. Yeah, in fact, Leander turns to view your work and says, "Oh, mighty handy with a dagger there. Are you a woodsman then?"
A what?
A woodsman. The, notable and suitable in bushcraft.
Are you good with nature?
Of not the woods, he seems to be, yes.
Well, nature does take many forms. Well, I owe you all my life, and so I give you my thanks. But other than that, and the bean, I don't know if I've much more to offer you, I'm afraid.
That's all right.
That's quite all right. We are happy to help, but we do want to get home.
So did I. And now I think I shall, now that you've freed me from that beast's innards. A good job, that. He's been his reign of terror in these woods is now finally at an end.
I've heard wolf stew is actually not so bad, so you
Really?
might eat well for a little while.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
You really do.
Maybe I'll carve a haunch and have a bit of lunch for me and Ma after all. Thank you, strangers.
Glad to. We shall go see if we can help out poor Jack.
Yeah, I hope you can. He's a naughty fella, but good at heart.
No, many of those.
Should we, and then I kind of like gesture to the wolf and then to the door, clean up for your grandmother here?
Oh, nah. We'll take care of that. After all, as you said, Seems to be a good bit of meat on him. Bet we could eat for quite a while off the back of this beast. And she like sort of from one of her boots pulls a huge Bowie knife.
Hell yeah!
Fuck, how'd he eat you? You got a knife.
He just, everybody has their bad days.
Snuck up on me.
She had a bad roll.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shall we then?
let's go see if we can continue through the forest.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you put Zeki Eggy back together and got the blue bean.
Hell yeah.
You made an old man's dying wish come true. You got the gold bean, or the yellow bean. You rescued a sweet little young girl from a giant wolf's belly. Got the red bean. You leave the cabin as Leandra starts carving out hunks of wolf meat to her
See, they're not
stew.
wasting it either.
Yeah, I think she'll be fine.
She knows what she's
I
doing.
didn't think they were gonna waste it. I just wondered
Wolf
if we wanted to
meat.
leave a wolf carcass in this old woman's house.
That is why I carved off its skin.
Where are you going to keep that?
I'm going to sell it to a tailor.
That's a good point. It's a lot of skin off this wolf. Probably like 50 pounds of skin.
I'm just saying that
Okay.
Surrie has a bag.
Giddy up.
He does not waste.
Alright, giddy up.
Surrie has a bag that you can hold things in. Is all I'm
My
saying.
bag holds a lot of things. You can put it in there if you want.
That's true.
Thank you.
Whoop, there it goes, into the bag of holding. So as you turn to go
Nice.
to leave the cabin, Leandra says, just one more thing. You all turn back and she's just like carving down the big bad wolf's thigh.
Yeah, alright.
You're going to face the witch then, huh?
I guess.
Just be careful. She's a crazy old bat, but she's crafty.
Is she a bat?
Is she a bat?
Not last I saw her, but who's to say in this place?
Would she
Okay.
be a bat?
I imagine she could if she wanted to.
Could you be that?
Yes.
Oh.
You make a good point. Not all bats must be evil.
No, I
No.
reckon not.
Food for thought, I guess. Thanks.
Thank you for stopping by, says Granny. Did you enjoy the tea and cakes?
Oh yeah,
They
it
were
was
great.
lovely.
Oh.
Well, come back any old time. We're always glad to have you.
I'll be dead real soon.
Thank you, Granny.
Thank you, Granny.
Okay.
Yes.
You leave the cabin and
Yes.
continue on back to where the cobblestone path diverged and continue down the rightward path, deeper into the forest. Again, walking for an indeterminate amount of time until suddenly something greets your senses. A pleasant smell, like simmering stew.
Oh no.
Is that indeterminate amount of time, more than 10 minutes?
Who knows? Why? What are you looking for?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Oh yes.
It was a lovely rhyme.
Is it a familiar smelling stew?
Nope.
Oh, there's jack meat in there. You don't know.
We'll
You-
argue for his bean if he's stew.
Perhaps quicken your pace and come upon and eventually rounding a corner, the cobblestone path leads you to a house in the woods. A house colorful and in its display, pinks and purples and sprinkled sugar surround it. A house seemingly made entirely out of candy. Standing in front of this house is a big, huge black cauldron sat over a bubbling fire. And standing over the cauldron, a woman, her skin entirely green, nose elongated with an enormous hairy wart sticking off to one side. She wears black robes and a tall, pointed hat, from the tip of which descends a spider strung by a web.
Oh yeah.
She stands over the cauldron with an enormous, comically proportioned wooden stirring spoon and churns whatever boils inside the cauldron, cackling and mumbling to herself, occasionally reaching into the fold of her robes and taking out seeming ingredients and dropping them into the pot.
To Alcyone and Kashek, the last time we fought a young lady like this, her house could also move. Just be on your guard.
Is this a young lady of your species?
I'm not sure I've ever met anyone of my species.
Is this it? Oh, damn it.
She's green. I don't know if I met many green folks. Except for my brother, of course. And my sister.
And besides that...
Well, that's two.
And besides that, the thing that she was cooking in outside last time also could fly.
So can I.
Good. So you might take point on that then.
Seren did make quick work of the house, though.
This one looks like it's made of candy dough.
It is. I think it's a different type of...
I'm just
Anyway,
saying-
this is where we need
Can we
to
defeat
be.
the house by eating it?
Dvorak killed the one you were describing, no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
So we can handle this.
I hope.
Maybe, I don't know, it might be enchanted.
I can make it not that.
Then it might not be candy anymore.
Good afternoon, grandmother.
Oh, shit.
Eh? Whoa! What's that there? Strangers, unless I missee.
No, we are pretty strange.
That we are.
Well, what is it you're doing in my woods?
Passing through?
Just passing through, eh? Well, keep on passing then. I got my business about.
We're looking for a young boy named Jack. Have you seen him recently?
Jack? A little devil maker. Yeah, I know him.
Have you seen him recently?
Seen him? A lot more than seen him. The little bastard filled my pantry oven full of wasps. Oh, I got such a mighty sting.
Is that what? Oh, alright.
Bro, that was an awesome prank. High five.
Filled my knickers full of bees, he did.
That little rascal's getting just what's coming to him.
Is he in that big pot?
Would that be more wasps?
Is he
You
in there?
wanna know what's in this pot, young lady?
Alcyone, please be careful.
I'll come and see, and saw, and seesaw.
Oh,
Was that a pun? Are you angry now?
I don't
Alcyone smash.
know if it technically is.
If it was, it wasn't very
It's
good.
not a. I don't think it's not a pun.
If you don't mean to come and see, then clear out. I've got a lot of hard work to do, and these old bones take just a wee bit longer than they used to, cooking up stew.
Grandmother, with all due respect.
I ain't your granny, you young whippersnapper.
It's rude to call someone old if they're not old.
Well,
Old hag.
Oh, that's rude.
What did you just call?
he does
Ricochet.
bring up a good point, though, which is the last time we met someone of your ilk cooking down children. Would you like to know what I did to them?
I promise you ain't never met anyone of my ilk before. These are my woods, and I'm the only one like me in all.
She is actually doing this to Surrie.
You are making some awfully big generalizations, Seren.
Yeah, I mean, the witches we fought didn't
Is
even look
that
like
it
her.
then? You've come to mock me. Just like that dastardly Jack. Well, I'll show you. I'll show all of you. She reaches into
Oh,
her robes
shit,
and takes
fuck,
out
too late.
a fistful of some type of powder,
Oh, I thought
which
it
she
was gonna be
throws into the pot, which explodes in this thick, noxious smoke, rolls over all of you. And as it rolls over you, you try to clamp your hands over your mouth, but you just can't quite get them up in time, and you start to feel something strange. A strange sensation roll over all of you. Your body begins to twist, shift, and change. You begin to shrink a little bit.
No, don't.
Alcyone, you, hair begins to sprout from all over your face, arms and legs, as your nails grow into long, sharp claws. Whiskers sprout from your snout as it begins to elongate, and you take the shape of a wolf. Surrie,
Oh, that's me.
you feel your arms strangely start to suction into your body and disappear entirely as your legs snap together and your skin begins to take on a hard, scaly exterior. You feel your teeth elongate into long fangs and your tongue becomes a flickering, forked form, you are transformed into a giant poisonous snake. Please, all of you, look up the stat blocks for these creatures as you transform into them.
And just wolf?
You are wolf.
Great.
Kashek,
Amazing.
you...
Couldn't have gone any better.
Fine, sturdy bristles begin to replace your feathers as your beak disappears and a long snout takes its place, tusks booming out from either side. Your talons take instead the shape of sturdy hooves as you shrink down in size, taking the form of a boar. And
Those are his
Seren.
hooves.
Your eyes bug out as your skin begins to develop warts and wrinkles all over it. Your arms begin to shrink as your legs begin to grow, and you take the shape of a giant frog. Now, that's better, ain't it? I never had a wolf, snake, boar, giant frog stew before, but I think I just might like it. Please roll initiative.
All right.
Look up, if you can, the stat block for the animals that you are.
Wait,
The hard stats will be what you use to roll initiative.
Yep.
Are we keeping our mental stats, or
You keep your soft stats. Your hard stats are replaced by that of your new animal form.
cool?
This is so much fun, thank you.
You can do all the things that animal can do for this fight.
Nice.
We don't have any class abilities.
No, you are just the animal.
I know, but
Got it. That's not horrible.
how large is this woman?
She's shriveled and hunched like an elderly grandmother.
Like
Okay.
a grape.
But like regular human size, but
Cool, okay.
shriveled and hunched. Okay,
Well,
initiative please. Wolf,
17.
snake,
22.
frog.
Also 17, but Wolf has a higher dex.
I'm gonna put you at 16. Boar.
11.
And the Vich has dex of...
Vitch.
So when you say that we don't keep anything, what about HP?
Oh, you can either take it as listed or you can roll what it says for the stat block.
But we have the creature's HP.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
question.
that's dangerous.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Help. What should I do?
Well, if we're polymorphed, we're
What
just
should I
gonna
do?
poof back to our.
Well, what they give you is average. So you could take the average, but I'm gonna roll because I'm an
I
idiot.
rolled.
I'm gonna roll. Why not?
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Where's the 8?
I'm a big dumb
Oh, I'm
idiot.
gonna die.
Okay. I
Alright.
rolled for mine. Trevor, I should probably have just showed you what they were, but
It's fine. You just keep it to yourself. I trust you guys.
This is gonna be bad.
It's a twist!
It is a twist.
I'm just trying to keep things fresh.
I love it.
Bro, it is fresh.
I'm
It's
having so much
delightful.
fun.
I'm
I'm
having
just
so
gonna
much
die.
fun.
It's delicious.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm
This
just
is
gonna
silly.
die as a snake.
Okay.
Yeah,
Everyone
maybe-
has their hit points.
Maybe it's like polymorph and you turn back. Maybe.
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 Who's to say?
Yeah.
It's a magical world.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Up first is the wolf. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Snake first.
Yeah.
Just gonna slither on over here and I'm gonna bite her.
Yes, you will.
Try to bite her. Come
I
on.
believe in you.
So that is a +6 to hit.
13.
She got witch armor?
No.
Fuck, she got witch armor.
Guess I can't take any of my cunning actions.
No,
Nope.
it's just snake.
I'm snake.
Oh, wait. 13? I'm so sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa, hey, whoa! That's good news.
I missed.
That's good news.
7 points of piercing damage, and they have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, she will.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. 19. Yes. But 7 points of piercing damage, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else? Snack.
No, that's it. Stay right there and go.
Wolf.
Ah, the wolf hunts for its prey. I have wolf. I have pack tactic. I
Yes,
bite.
you do.
Yes.
Bite. The witch. Oh dear. Oh dear. That is one lower than I needed to hit.
No.
Buckies.
It's a 12.
So good.
Yeah.
Ah, so good.
That's okay. I have keen hearing and smell.
You sure do. That was with advantage, bummer.
Yep, I got a 6 and an 8.
Okay.
That's me, wolf. Done now.
Is frog.
Is frog.
These
This
are
is the
slaps.
cauldron.
Yeah.
If I jump
You
into.
can also do a standing leap. Long jump is 20 feet, and its high jump is 10 feet. With or without a running start.
Well, I just moved 15 feet.
Jump into the pot.
No, I am a giant frog.
Oh, are you not?
Can I try to tip this cauldron over in her direction?
You surely can.
Okay.
Yeah. Make an athletics check with your froggy feet.
Yeah. Go, Seren Frog, go.
I get.
Fririn.
That's not good. 10.
No.
Yeah.
You try. So I'm imagining you kind of like turn around and try to push it with your strong back legs, but you are just not able to get enough leverage. It's too full of liquid. It's too heavy, and you the hot pot over the cackling fire kind of singes your froggy feet a little bit,
Oop, yeah.
and you take 3 fire damage.
Okay.
Frogs have bones, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they
I'm
do.
just checking.
Well, I still have the rest of my movement, so I'm going to do a high jump of 10 feet
What?
over the pot. Can I land like here? 10
I think a high jump is just straight into the air.
It is.
Yeah.
technically.
Oh, sorry. Well, can I do a long jump over the pot?
You were here?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah. Arriving at the other side next to
Yeah, if
the
your
witch.
long jump's 20 feet, you can
Yep.
make
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Because that counts 10 feet up and 10 feet over.
Yeah, and you don't have to move for it. So yes,
Cool.
there you are.
Nice.
And boar.
Well, I guess I'll just sit here then.
I've been turned to a boar.
Can
I go home?
You have a movement
sure.
of 40 feet.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
8.
Gore the boar.
To hit? No, I'm afraid not.
That'll be my turn.
Do you not like being a boar?
I can't do anything else.
I know. You just sounded sad about that.
I can't do anything else.
Okay, the witch's turn.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
Turn me to
sisters.
something else. Turn me to something else.
Yeah, we're
points.
flying!
Oh, can I get some more hit points, please?
Yeah, I'm not going to roll next time. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it was real bad.
So she is going to turn
Not quite half, but
to
close.
you, giant frog, and begin weaving a spell between her hands, though she should do so advantageously because you are all around her.
Oh, that's nice.
At night, when the lake is a mirror. Wow, wow.
Oh, yes. With the 5, she misses.
Yeah!
As the ray of frost goes winging off into the distance.
I just kind of look up at it and like.
I go, woo! I did that earlier.
I meant to do that! That brings us around back to Snack.
Purple cobras.
Am I still purple as a frog?
Sure.
Yes. Money for chicken nuggets.
It's bad. 9.
No,
You
I'm
can't have some of
afraid
this tea
not.
'cause- oh, there's like one sip left.
This brings us to Wolf.
Oh, shit. Here, take it back.
Sorry.
No, you drink it. It's yours.
I'm sorry.
Wolf advantageously bite. Fail. Huzzah!
Oh, mama.
buddy.
Maron.
2 4s, viewers.
Mamma mia.
2 4s.
We're okay. We'll be okay.
It's a total of 8, so no. Big
That's
no
hit points.
on that
Take the
one.
last sip of my tea.
Okay, this brings us back to Frog.
Okay, now I'm gonna move over, like one hop over this way, and then advantageously I'm going to try
Which
to.
is gonna live forever.
I'm just gonna try to bite him.
You do.
What do I add to the? Never mind, it tells
Your
me.
froggy attack score.
Yeah, my froggy
Froggy
attack
attack
score
Is
is a 16 to hit.
yes.
Hey! Second one.
She
No.
takes 7 points of piercing damage, and she is
Yeah.
grappled.
Just
She
that.
sure is. Okay.
Your racist
Yeah,
snake.
so your tongue lashes out and sort of wraps around the witch, and you pull her in,
Yeah.
swallowing half of her body. You see the rest of you see her little witchy legs kicking out of Giant Frog's mouth.
She's not
Bite her on the
swallowed.
ass.
Not yet, but she is grappled, so that's the flavor.
She can't be swallowed
Why not?
because she's not smaller.
I mean, neither was Kashuk.
No, yeah,
But he was large.
it's just flavor.
Oh, okay.
She's grappled, yes.
She is
So
grappled.
that's the grapple.
Yes.
Because you're only medium size, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Just regular toads.
This brings us to
Giant toads.
back to Boar.
Yes.
So
I'm
she
a
is
giant
grappled.
toad. A tiny toad.
So you have advantage.
8 again. Next turn.
Oh boy.
You have advantage, yes?
Oh, you're grappling. Okay.
Yeah.
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 19.
Hooray!
9 points of damage.
Yeah.
9?
Yes.
Excellent. Wunderbar.
I have like my froggy tongue. I'm just kind of like trying
You're
really hard.
Just gumming her.
No, 7
ram
points
your...
of damage.
You, 7? Okay.
I got the mod wrong.
You ram your tusks into her little witchy legs, which flail even harder as she's the front half of her inside of Giant Frog's mouth.
What?
Now we just gotta drop a house on her.
Okay. That's her turn. And she is going to... Let's see.
Cast Freeze the Frog.
No. No, frogs. You have to stay frozen.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
Okay, she is also going to try to make a attack against you. But
Who is you?
against you, Giant Frog. That is a 12.
That hits.
Yes, it does. So from inside you, you feel her cast her ray of sickness, which affects your insides, and that will do.
I still immune to poison.
All our physical stats, I think, are
No,
replaced,
yeah, you're a frog now.
Okay.
which is annoying, but that's all right.
I've never been a frog before.
You know, I've been a tiefling for both of these campaigns now. We've hardly taken any fire damage whatsoever.
Yeah, just when you went into the church.
Yeah.
Iris went to the church.
Just from the church and that one flame skull.
And
Oh,
you
yeah.
will take
Uh-huh.
12 points of poison damage.
Not gonna hit. Oh, I can't even hellish rebuke. That's upsetting.
Snack.
Moving on, we are back to snack.
I'm gonna bite her butt.
Do it.
I get advantage on this?
Yes, you do.
So 17 plus 6.
Yes.
Shit, yeah.
Seven points of damage. Con save throw.
Mm-hmm. Ah. 7.
Fail!
Yeah.
What you got? What you got?
Ooh,
What you got?
3d6, baby.
Oh,
Nice.
baby! Snack!
Nice, nice,
Bite!
nice, 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 nice.
Oh, I did this one.
3 ones, baby!
Yeah.
Maron!
Yeah, so that's 3.
Okay. You feel
Oh,
your...
wait! Did I hit her before?
Yes.
She's supposed to take half as much damage on a successful save. I didn't read far enough.
Oops.
I'm sorry.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you feel your fangs sink into the witch, and the poison flows into her, though she's so old at this point she can barely even notice it anymore.
Fangoriously.
Vigorously. Gelatinous.
Linebacker.
And that moves us to Wolf again.
Well, I'm not using those dice. They don't
Yeah,
want to
come on,
roll. Bite. Advantageously. Finally.
Yeah.
23 to hit.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. We got 2d4. How interesting. Plus 6 points of piercing damage.
6 points of piercing damage.
And make a strength saving throw.
Yes, she will.
Please.
She's not too good at those, I'm thinking.
Well, don't have to get very high.
Counting that 7, 5.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. She's not prone.
So you grab her around the ankle with your mouth and pull her out of Giant Frog's mouth, and she just splats to the ground, flailing around.
Maybe this was not a great plan, my love.
with Giant Frog's tongue still wrapped around her. She is grappled and prone and not having a very good day.
Let go of that
Good.
grenade.
Which brings us to Giant Frog.
So if I'm also grappled because I'm grappling her, do I have advantage on that? I don't remember.
Because she's prone, you advantage.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Grappling doesn't give you advantage.
Oh, that's a 20.
Yes.
Yep.
Non-natural 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's gonna take 2 points of piercing damage from my teeths.
2. Excellent.
Froggy guns.
Froggy
Which brings us back to Boar.
22.
Huzzah!
Remember, Boar, you have your charge ability.
I can't do it from here.
I think you could. You could move out and then back in.
5, 10, 15, 20. I need to be 20 feet away and only have 40 feet of movement. So then 25, 30, 35, 40. Would you let that count?
Yeah. That's the point, is you're supposed to be, if you're next to the creature,
Okay.
you're supposed to be able to go out and move back in.
So that's... Fuck, I was just looking at it. Do you want me to roll again?
It's whatever you want to do, buddy.
Do you want me to roll again to hit?
Oh, no, you don't have to.
Fuck, I was just literally just looking at it. I think it's a straight extra.
And she's both prone and grappled, so I'm not even going to let her try to make it.
Yeah, she ain't going nowhere.
She's not going anywhere.
She's where she is right now is where she is.
Can you have both of those simultaneously?
Grapple and prone? Yeah.
I don't see why
There's
not.
nothing against it.
Her movement is 0.
0 over again.
Oh, that means she can't get up.
Haha.
From prone.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Sucks.
That's a
be
bad
bitch.
thing to be, both.
So you've got giant frog with her tongue wrapped around the witch, and you biting her ankle. She's just...
She's about to look at the camera and do the record scratch and be like,
You're probably wondering how I got here. Yep, that's me.
6 points of damage.
Excellent.
All right. We're whittling her down, folks.
I mean, she's so old.
Death by 1,000 gummings and pokings and stabbings.
There's 3 points of damage, poison.
6, you say?
Damage.
Okay, it's her turn,
To shreds you, sir.
but she's prone and she can't get up because she's
You
grappled.
can try and break the grapple, I guess.
Yeah, that's about it, but
Or do her other stuff, just,
From the ground.
poorly.
she's gonna try to get up, but counting that 9, 7.
Do you want me
So
to
it's a
make
contesting strength check from you, yep.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
Your Urka Bardic's chirk.
17.
Yeah, she stays in place. That brings us back to Snack once again.
Good toad. Advantage, you.
Bite. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. It's a natural 20, baby!
It's the wheat.
I think the very worst name for this
Surrie
fight-
lives on in spirit, even as a snake.
It's fine. It's okay. So it's 3 plus 4, 7.
And your
And
Fangorius.
Fangorius
And the
stuff.
poison.
I rolled these twice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All dice roll, biggie.
Oh, she's gotta make a
4
that
for her con
fails.
save.
So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ugh. And then 7, which would be 18 plus what was the first thing I said?
Total of 7. So 25.
25.
How's it happen?
Oh, I don't know, man.
You are biting
Just
and,
bite her.
I bite her
and
and she
venomating.
dies of poison.
And she starts to sort of melt into like steam and vapor until only her black robes remain. And with a final curse, she steams and evaporates out of existence.
Did you actually boof?
I just think in my snaky mind, you did this to yourself.
Yeah, I unwrap my tongue from her as she's like misting.
I just sort of like lick my chops to get the steam off me.
And as her curses fade away and her body evaporates into nothingness, you all assume your more regular form.
I'm just sitting on the ground like, I had her in my mouth.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, me too, actually.
And like the bottom part, those were gross ankles.
I bit her butt a lot.
I get up and look in this stew pot. Jack.
It's a bubbling mess of you can't quite tell what.
Where's this big spoon?
Laying on the ground next to the pot.
I take a big spoon and I just kind of poke it like a chunk.
You don't see any people parts in there.
Maybe he's in the cabin.
Yeah, I'll go up to the
She
cabin.
doesn't put him in.
Yeah, there's just sort of a door with sort of a moon cut into it, like an outhouse door.
Are you supposed to shit in here?
Where else are you gonna do it?
Well, the woods.
Oh, I thought only bears did that. I'll open the door.
No, poor people do it too.
Opening up inside, you see, even inside the house, the candy continues. A love seat made of gumdrops, a bed made of what looks like Pop-Tarts and candy canes.
We've got Pop-Tarts here.
Everything
We
inside
got
is
Pop-Tarts
made
in Arcadia, baby.
And in the corner, bound and gagged, is a wriggling figure with a black bag over his head.
Ow.
Over their head.
Oh.
Who could it be?
Who could it be?
Oh, I
I'll
know
cut
this.
him.
I have to kill one of the three of them to join Dark Brotherhood. Looks like you're the only one, buddy.
I'll cut him free and take the bag off and stuff.
Oh, well, now you're much prettier than that witch. And we'll call it there.
Yay! Because we wanted to thank the person who did the forest. The
The YouTuber, yeah. Yes, so if you enjoyed the variation on the Lost Woods tonight is by a YouTuber by the name of Theophany.
I
Please check
enjoyed
out their
it.
stuff.
I enjoyed
It is
That was great.
an orchestral sort of masterpiece full of nostalgia and whimsy. So go check that out. We'll probably have that down in the details of the video.
Yeah,
or
we'll
whatever
shout out.
else.
Yeah, I'll throw a link up in there.
Thanks for giving us the backtrack there.
Thank you for
Theophanies.
stoking our imaginations, Theophany.
You're the best.